Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So about a month or more ago, I asked you guys to leave me questions about my tongue piercing because I was getting a lot of questions about it, and so I just thought I would do a Q&A. So I'm finally getting around to answering those questions. I have them on my phone, so let's just get right into it. Alright, Barry Schnitza, I'm probably not saying that right at all. I apologize. Wants to know, how long did it take to get used to having that foreign object in your mouth? It probably took me three weeks, if I can talk, to be really comfortable with it, because I believe it was 1 or 2 weeks. I had to have the extra length long bar in, and that's just, they put a longer bar in when they do the piercing for swelling and stuff like that. So that took some time to get used to, and about the time I was getting used to it, like I was fully used to it, I was able to change it to a normal size bar, so I had to get used to that, but it didn't really take too terribly long to get used to it, and after a while you just kind of forget it was there, and now it just feels weird if I take it out. It just feels weird, like there's something like wrong with my mouth. Alright, second part of your question. Do you think tongue piercings are a good idea for people like myself with a very small mouth and strong gag reflex? I don't really know. I think it's just, if you can handle it and stuff like that, then go for it if you want it. You know, I think probably what I would do if I were you, to just see, I would stick my tongue out and just pinch like right around that area to kind of see if you could handle that. But you might have trouble with the long bar that they have to put in for swelling with, like, in the initial piercing. I don't know. I guess if you want to try it, if it doesn't work out for you, then you'll know. Alright, Kala McKinley, hopefully I said your first name right. Does it hurt to bite on acrylic balls? No, and I've done it before, and it doesn't hurt at all, and when you really bite down on it, you don't really even know that you've bitten down on it until, like, you know, it cracks, and then you end up swallowing it, like I have numerous times. It doesn't hurt at all, but obviously you want acrylic balls rather than metal balls, because if you bite down on metal balls, you're going to fuck up your teeth. So acrylic over metal. Right. Christine wants to know, I want mine done, but I'm worried about the pain while being pierced. Could you elaborate on it, please? Alright, so the pain for me actually wasn't really anything. The whole process itself went by really fast. You know, I showed my piercer my tongue to make sure my anatomy was correct, and I was actually able to get it pierced. And then, you know, he had me wash my mouth out with a mouthwash and spit it out, and then he prepped my tongue, and then he pierced it. And you know, you want to get a piercer who is going to do it fast and not, you know, pierce it slow, because obviously the slower the, you know, having to put the needle through the tongue, it's going to hurt more, if that makes sense. You know, my piercer, he just went boom, and it was done, and I honestly didn't even really feel it, and it didn't really hurt, honestly. It really didn't. But, you know, everyone's pain tolerance is different, so if you have a lower pain tolerance, it actually might hurt a little bit more. But I don't think that, you know, anyone should worry about the pain when getting a piercing, you know, because that's just gonna last a little bit of time, and, you know, it's not gonna hurt. If it does hurt, it's not gonna hurt like that the entire piercing. Alright, Hannah Catful, which I like that, Catful. I've wanted mine for years, but I'm worried that my tongue will pull back just as a reflex when they pierce it. So my question is, will the clamps hold my tongue tight enough so I won't be able to pull it back in my mouth? Yes. That was something I was like, I'm gonna freak out, and, like, you know, as soon as he starts piercing it, I'm just gonna, like, pull back and stuff. But no, the clamps really secure your tongue. If I remember correctly, my piercer held the clamps with one hand and did it with the other hand. It's been a few years since I've had mine done, but I think that's how he did it, and, you know, it makes sure your tongue stays in place. Those clamps really do. So I wouldn't really worry about it. Alright, last question. Malia Crosby. Hopefully I said Malia right. How long was your recovery time? What gauge is it? Did they use a clamp? Alright, so recovery time. This was like the fucking easiest piercing of mine to heal. I'm not even kidding. Recovery time, it probably, I'd say, just to be safe, I'd say it probably took full 6 months for mine to heal, but it was probably healed a little bit sooner than that, to be honest with you guys. It was one of the piercings that I've gotten that I could almost just forget about, and it just kind of healed it on its own. Now, after I got done eating food, I did have to like rinse my mouth out with an alcohol-free mouthwash, and I mean, but that's not really too big of a hassle, you know, because I'm either eating at home where I have mouthwash, or, you know, if I'm like out at like a restaurant or something eating, then I bought like one of those like little travel size mouthwash to put in my purse and, you know, go to the bathroom, do it, spit it out, and it was no big deal. And, you know, besides, when I got it pierced, it didn't hurt at all the whole time, and I don't know, I absolutely loved how easily it was to heal it. And what gauge is it? I don't know. Truthfully, it's probably 14 gauge. I feel pretty confident that it's a 14 gauge. And yes, like I talked about in the previous question, they did use clamps, which I know a lot of people are scared of the clamps, and I completely understand why, but the clamps are your friends. You know, it just holds whatever part of your body your piercer is piercing, it's just going to hold it in place, and, you know, make sure it's secure, and just help your piercer, you know, make sure they're piercing in the right spot and all that kind of stuff. So don't worry about the clamps. Like I said, I know that they're scary, but they're your friends. Alright guys, so that is it for the questions. Thank you so much for watching my video, and hopefully you'll check out my next one.